Two white Muslims, that's TWO, white Muslims. I'm not sure why people call us that, it's extraordinary. For myself personally, I wasn't looking for Islam, I wasn't looking for religion. I was born into a Christian household. I was Church of England. I was raised in a Church of England household. We went to Sunday school, we went to church on Sunday.
I was born and raised as a Roman Catholic. I went to church every Sunday. I went to Catholic schools. My uncle was a parish priest. I started asking more difficult questions, and rather than giving me answers that I understood, all I ever got was that patronising pat on the head to say, "Have faith, son."
This is the Deen Truth.
Assalamu alaikum, guys. I'm meeting some incredible brothers. How are you guys doing?
Alhamdulillah, very good indeed, thank you.
So you guys are, this is the three to the Oreo cookies.
We're putting it.
We'll just have you in the middle.
Yes.
I'm joking there. No, but you bye. Oh, hey, see you, brother. These are the hosts of the conference. You guys did a fabulous job.
Thank you.
You guys, alhamdulillah. So you guys are from Britain, right?
Yep.
And how long ago did you accept Islam?
For myself, 16, 17 years ago.
And myself 27 years ago.
27 years ago. Okay.
I know it doesn't look like that could be possible. He's got a cherubic face.
So what was it? I mean, we hear all these stereotypes. People think, Islam is something for the Arabs. A guy with a turban riding in the desert.
Yeah.
We got two Brits here, man. We got two Brits here. What are you talking about, huh? So what brought you guys to Islam?
For myself personally, I wasn't looking for Islam. I wasn't looking for religion. I was born into a Christian household. I was Church of England. I was raised in a Church of England household. We went to Sunday school. We went to church on Sunday. I was a member of the most inappropriately named children's group, which was the Crusaders. Terrible. And then kind of never fell out of love with God. But stopped going to the church and stopped going to the groups and found other things, young ladies, alcohol, being raised in a white Christian household. And then many years later, I found myself running a training course. I didn't know anything about Islam. I'd never met Muslims. I didn't know any Muslims. And then I found myself with two Muslims on this course. It was Ramadan. I didn't know anything about Ramadan. And I was just talking to them and engaging with them. And they were saying, well, this is the same. You know who Adam is. You know who Noah is. Well, they're our prophets too. Jesus Christ is a fantastic guy. He's a prophet. He's absolutely amazing. And I was stunned and I was intrigued. And I just talked and talked. And it answered all the questions that I didn't realise I've been asking for year after year after year. And alhamdulillah, within 6 months, I took my shahada, and the rest, as they say, is history.
The reason I asked if you guys were twins, because you did the hosting the way you guys did it. It was like you guys were synchronized. you were doing
it's well practiced.
What about yourself? What brought you to this beautiful way of life, Islam?
Okay, I was born and raised as a Roman Catholic. I went to church every Sunday. I went to Catholic schools. My uncle was a parish priest, so I was very much in the church and Catholicism. I loved it. I felt very special as a child growing up, and it was a wonderful thing. When I got to about the age of 18, I started asking more difficult questions, and rather than giving me answers that I understood, all I ever got was that patronising pat on the head to say, "Have faith, son." So that wasn't enough for me. That wasn't enough. I needed answers to questions, and I ended up actually walking away from the institution of the church, but I never walked away from my faith in God. So it was about 10 years later, at the tender age of 28, I ended up working in an office in a town called Bradford in the UK, which has a very, very large Muslim population. And I got talking to people, and they gave me answers to all the questions that I'd had.
Obviously, nowadays there's a lot of hype, a lot of stereotypes, a lot of misconceptions. How do you guys deal with that? Now, when you hear all of this propaganda and, you know, out there, what do you usually like to tell people to kind of, you know, settle them where they're not, you know, in a frenzy?
Okay, so when I see, I watch Sky News, I watch the BBC News, I read the newspapers, I talk to people, I hear people talking about Islam and Muslims, and what I see and hear is nothing to do with the Islam that I love, the Islam that's in my heart. So I see misconceptions, I see misinterpretations, misrepresentations, I see that all the time. And what we decided to do was to put some truth out there. Let's just get some grounded truth out there, and let's show people what Islam actually is.
Well, we recognise that people tend to fear what they don't understand. So we've done all we can to help them understand with our colleague here, Korsatai, who affectionately refers to us as his two token ethnic minorities. We created we referred to as the two white Muslims. We created a 21 video playlist which we placed on YouTube, which was kind of everything you ever wanted to know about Islam and Muslim culture.
But couldn't be bothered to ask.
And we just thought, well, we could put that onto YouTube completely free of charge. People could access it. They could get the information that they needed. And then we thought we could go back to our real jobs. No, didn't quite happen like that because we kind of got a passion for this now. And so we put that onto YouTube. And now from 21 videos, we're, I think, over 100 videos. And we're just pumping content out kind of left, right and centre. As you rightly say, to quell these misconceptions, to show people that actually Muslims, we're just like you, but with faith. You know, it's a fantastic religion. It's a perfect religion. It's a beautiful
Muslims
religion.
Are just normal people. We're just ordinary people. Yeah?
And we
want the same things as you want. I want safe streets. I want a safe place for my children to grow up.
We want my children to be educated.
You know, we want everything that everybody else wants. Yeah? It's just that we also want the ability to practice our faith in the way that we want to practice. That's not harming anybody.
Purpose of life. This is a question that should be on the minds of everybody. How did Islam answer this question for you? Was it clear? Was it lucid? When you hear me say purpose of life, what do you say to that?
We're all on our own journey, and we've got to make it back to Allah. Yeah. What we hope is that we make it back to Allah without becoming toast. And it's as simple as that. Our purpose in life is to worship. Our purpose is to submit to Allah's will and do the things that Allah wants us to do in the way that we've been shown by our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Who is Allah?
Allah is
people have never heard this name before.
Okay, so Allah is a word to describe God.
The Creator.
So God is the Creator of all things, the whole universe and everything in it. And indeed us.
Jesus now. Okay, you abandoned Jesus? What happened with Jesus?
Abandon him? No, I don't think so.
But this was really interesting because one of the things which I think, as a Muslim, I now fully understand, but looking back maybe had an issue with, was this I had a fundamental belief in God. You know, there's a God, there's a creator. All of this didn't happen by chance. You know, it came from one almighty being, but one almighty being. And to consider somebody then to be the son of God, an amazing person, yes, a wonderful prophet, yes, but the son of God, that I now recognise I struggled with. And then when somebody placed the answer in front of me that, well, no, he's not the son of God. He's amazing, he's fantastic, he's wonderful, and we love him, but he's not the son of God. It just kind of reinforced everything. And then all these other names, Noah, Abraham, David, Moses, they all then come into this timeline of just giving a message, reinforcing a message, giving a message, reinforcing a message, reinforcing a message, up to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And we just think, I get it. I get it now.
Jesus is named so many times in the Quran. So he's
25
he's
by
referenced
name.
by name.
Yeah, 25 times.
And his mother, Miriam, has a whole chapter about her. So, have we abandoned Jesus? No, we haven't.
No, not at all.
Absolutely. In fact, he's now more important to me than he ever was as a Christian.
Yeah, many people don't know that it's an article of faith to believe and love Jesus. He's one of the mightiest messengers ever sent. Like Abraham was sent, Moses was sent, Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, was the last final messenger. If you deny one, you deny them all. That's what gets you a ticket to the hellfire.
Absolutely.
So
listen to the man.
This is very important. So the love that you have for Jesus, now it's clear. No Trinity, just worship pure monotheism. Purpose of life is clear,
Yep.
and a blueprint for life. What else do you have to say? How can people hook up with you guys?
They can go to YouTube. If you search Two White Muslims, that's TWO White Muslims. I'm not sure why people call us that. It's extraordinary. But yes, if you go to Two White Muslims on YouTube, Two White Muslims on social media, you'll be able to find us. But YouTube is the place to go. Whilst you're there, if you go to our channel and subscribe, that would be fantastic. It would really help us get the message out there and demonstrate the beauty of this wonderful religion.
Subscribe and share.
That's-
Can I say that again? Subscribe and share.
Subscribe
Two white Muslims.
and share. That's
Two white
right.
Muslims. Two white Muslims.
Subscribe and share.
Alhamdulillah.
The journey of life. That's what we're talking about. The how we end up here, why we're here, where we're going. It's all answered in this way of life from the Creator. See you next time. Peace be with you. Salam alaikum.
Eddie, you're an inspiration. Wa alaikum salam.
Alhamdulillah, we're going to go
Wa rahmatullahi
party. All right.
wa barakatuh.
Here we go.
Bismillah. Alhamdulillah.
Fantastic.
Rabbil alamin.
Jazakallah.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Salam alaikum.